$2,000 may cover your Cebu month and still leave the move unfunded. That happens when rent deposits, home setup, a medical gap, and a trip home all depend on the same cash. The monthly spreadsheet says yes. One non-monthly bill says no. By the end, you will have three numbers that never share the same dollar: your ordinary month, your landing cash, and your recovery or exit reserve. Current Cebu evidence shows why one headline number misleads. Roughly $700 to $1,000 can be a bare survival tier for one person. It doesn't include private health insurance or many comforts. A modest city life can land closer to $1,200 through $1,750, depending on the home and habits. Those are orientation bands, not your answer. Your answer comes from your own quotes and three separate wallets. Draw three boxes. Label them month, landing, and recovery or exit. The first wallet must repeat. Landing cash should shrink to zero after the move. Recovery or exit stays untouched unless ordinary life breaks or you decide to leave. If $1 appears in two boxes, it can't do both jobs. Cross it out of one. That's the center of the test. Start with wallet 1, the ordinary month. Use the home you'd actually accept, not the cheapest listing you can find. Add food you'll really eat, local transport, electricity with your air conditioner habits, water, internet, mobile service, health premiums, and routine medicine. Then, convert annual obligations into monthly lines. If you expect one trip home each year, divide a fresh fare quote by 12. Do the same with known visa, membership, or policy charges. Don't add emergencies here. This wallet answers one question: can dependable net income fund a normal Cebu month without help from savings? Now, subtract wallet 1 from dependable monthly income. That remainder is margin. It is not yet your reserve. Wallet 2 is landing cash. Build it once, line by line. Add travel to Cebu, a temporary stay, the exact upfront amount in the proposed lease, basic setup, and the first administrative costs you already know. For covered residential units, Philippine rent law caps collection at 1 month in advance plus 2 months of deposit. Higher rent units can sit outside that protection. Use the written offer, not a rule you hope applies. A furnished unit may make this wallet smaller. An empty one may add a bed, appliances, air conditioning, delivery, and installation. Get current quotes. Landing money must exist before the monthly plan gets credit for working. Wallet 3 covers recovery, or a clean exit. Do not choose a generic number of months. Price your own 2 paths. First, write a recovery path. Include what your health policy doesn't clearly cover, one essential replacement, and the ordinary bills that would continue while you solve the problem. Next, write an exit path. Include a fresh, flexible fare home, the cost of closing the Cebu home, and enough arrival cash for where you'd land next. Use the larger path, not both, unless parts could happen together. Add only those overlapping parts. This isn't a prediction, it's a funding test. Unknown coverage isn't zero. An unpriced flight isn't free. Mark anything you still need to verify. Health can expose false confidence. Medicare generally doesn't cover care in the Philippines. Cebu private hospital room prices also exclude many doctor, medicine, and lab charges. Philippine law bars a deposit as a condition of genuine emergency care. Planned admissions can still require advance payment. Your worksheet doesn't guess a hospital bill. It records the policy, available cash, and what remains unknown. Now apply the rule. Green means steady income covers wallet 1 with margin. Landing is funded, and recovery or exit stays separate and ready. Extend means the monthly plan works, but one important quote, policy term, or landing cost isn't known. Name the missing proof before signing. Stop means ordinary bills need reserve money, landing borrows from next month, or the exit path exists only as credit. The title promise is complete. You've got 3 numbers and a verdict rule you can use without us. The old belief says affordability is one comparison. Income against a monthly Cebu budget. That misses timing. Monthly income solves recurring costs. It doesn't automatically solve a deposit today, a scheduled admission next week, or a short notice flight. The better belief is narrower. Cebu works when the ordinary month has margin, and the other wallets don't depend on that margin arriving later. The mechanism is simple. Recurring income arrives in a line, while lumpy costs arrive as steps. When all three share one balance, each step shortens next month's runway. The sheet still looks balanced because it counts future income before it arrives. Separation removes that illusion, so a temporary problem can remain temporary. The sheet is complete. It can't show whether money is the weakest part of your Cebu plan. A wider check can compare money with health, lifestyle, and visa, then identify the weakest dimension or first homework. It does not change the three-wallet verdict. It tells you which part of the move deserves the next test. Take the free quiz and get your Cebu Fit score right away. Enter your email for your best fit Cebu area, realistic budget, likely visa path, and first steps. Then get 7 short practical letters over 3 weeks. It's all free, and you can unsubscribe anytime. The link is below. Use one literal result. If money is your weakest dimension, return to the question marks in Wallet 3 and price the largest one first. If health is weakest, do not invent a bigger reserve. Verify the policy, Cebu provider, payment process, and uncovered amount. Then, update the recovery path. If lifestyle or visa is weakest, keep the financial verdict unchanged. The supported weakest dimension, or first homework result, now points outside the worksheet. Its verdict stays where you left it. You may say, "My income arrives every month, so a separate reserve is excessive." Monthly income is strong evidence for Wallet 1. It isn't cash for a bill due before the next deposit. Write the due date beside each large exposure. When the charge can arrive first, the reserve has a job. The second objection is, "I will just choose a cheaper Cebu area." Lower rent can help Wallet 1 and Wallet 2. But the address may change transport, power use, internet backup, and access to the hospital you chose. Price the whole ordinary month from that address. Cheap rent is one line, not a verdict. A lower rent may add 2 long trips, hotter rooms, or unstable service. Savings can move into other lines, so compare the totals rather than rent alone. The third objection is, insurance or a credit card already covers surprises. Count only what the policy clearly promises under conditions you can meet. Until you've verified deductibles, exclusions, and payment timing, they stay in the exposure column. A card can bridge payment. It doesn't erase the bill. When repayment invades Wallet 1, the card hasn't funded Wallet 3. Audit the worksheet one last time. Source the monthly lines, attach current quotes to landing, and give each reserve line a named event and boundary. Remove dramatic risks you can't price. Add ordinary exposures you are treating as free. The goal isn't the largest reserve, it's a number you can explain. Treat the Cebu plan as green when the ordinary month has real margin and both non-monthly wallets are independently funded. Extend when one missing quote or policy answer could change the result. Stop before committing when routine life needs reserve cash or leaving depends on new debt. Cebu can still offer strong value. This test protects that value from one wallet pretending to do 3 jobs. A green or extend result leaves one next question. Which Cebu areas might fit the housing, healthcare, and daily life ceiling you just tested? Area screening can turn that question into a shortlist. It cannot confirm a real listing, building, route, or current price. Those checks come after the shortlist. Open the Cebu Living Map. The Philippines hazard layers and 3 Cebu neighborhoods are free to explore. Full access covers all 31 areas for $39 once, with no subscription. The link is below. A bounded next test uses 2 shortlisted areas and 1 real address in each. The home standard, hospital destination, and internet requirement stay the same. Only the address-dependent lines change. One listing supplies rent and lease terms. A weekday visit shows the real transport pattern. The provider confirms whether service reaches that building. A current utility estimate replaces the citywide assumption. At this point, 2 candidate areas remain for further testing. The exact address check is still a separate step. When one address keeps all 3 wallets intact, it earns an on-the-ground visit. When neither does, the result returns to extend. A favorite PIN doesn't get a softer rule. Then run one overlap check. Ask whether the cheaper address also changes the recovery path through hospital access, backup internet, or a harder exit. If it does, update Wallet 3 before comparing totals. The winner is the address that preserves the funding structure, not merely the lowest rent. Your monthly number is only Wallet 1. Fund landing, protect recovery, or exit. Then, let the 3 numbers give you the answer. Which missing number worries you most before Cebu? Landing cash, healthcare exposure, or the money to leave without panic?